All right, you guys, it is day 2 of Nursery Road Elementary, 5th grade. What would you call this?
Homework.
Homework, homebound, home, school. You know what? It's just doing a lot at home. Coming home from a full-time job and going into another one. So, day 2 of this fun. All right, so we're going to start with reading, right?
Mm-hmm.
Reading. All right. So if you were with us yesterday, you know with reading, you get to choose your own book, at least in our classroom you do, because that's what we're doing. No one told us any differently, so we're playing choose your own book. And then you get your choice of activities. So we're going to go over the activities again real quick while she dances or just does Toriness behind me. All right, your choices are: write a text message conversation between two of the characters in your book discussing the conflict of the story, how to resolve it. Tori, what's conflict?
Conflict is conflict.
Could you be a little more specific?
Conflict is
What does conflict mean?
moral story?
No. My Lord, whose child are you? Conflict is like a disagreement. It's an issue between two of the characters that they got to work to resolve. So,
Like me and Avery conflict?
okay, remember this is going live. Can we not be a dork? Okay, not live, but y'all know what I mean. Anyhow, conflict. It's so with this particular choice, you're discussing the conflict of the story, what the problem is, and how they're going to resolve how they're going to fix it. All right, your next choice. Write an article for a travel brochure that describes the setting of the stories. Use your article to convince others to visit. Number 3, imagine you're a character in that story. What role would you play? How might your presence change the plot? So, if my child was in a story, how would her dancing change the plot? Because that's apparently all she's going to do today.
It would help by
4,
being happy.
create a list of questions you have as you read the story, then see how many you can answer once you are done reading the story. So, like I said yesterday, I thought that one was pretty interesting. You're going to look at your book, look at the title, look at the description, come up with questions. What do you wonder about that book before you even start reading it? And then when you're done reading it, you're going to see how many of those you got to answer. 5, write a series of tweets from the main character of the story about his or her thoughts about the story's events. That one I wouldn't be good at because I don't tweet. I just don't. I'm old. 6, choose a scene or event from the story and rewrite it from the point of view of another character in the story. If you were with us yesterday, you know that's the one she picked. 7, create a comic strip that shows the beginning, middle, and end of the story. And you're going to use speech bubbles to show the dialogue. If you've ever looked at a comic strip, you see the characters and there's little bubbles and things above their head. Yeah, like that. That's a great example right there. Those are the speech bubbles. All right, next, write a book review for your story. Give a brief summary and explain why you would recommend that book to one of your classmates. And last, write a new ending to the story. Think about what you would need to modify it in order to change the outcome. So think about your book. How else could it possibly end? You're going to come up with that ending and write a new one. All right, those are your choices. We're going to give you some time. Pause it, do your work, and then come back and see us. All right, in 3,
2, 1. Blast off.
All right, welcome back.
Hi.
So today, Tori chose create a list of questions you have as you read the story, then see how many you can answer once you're done. All right, so Tori, tell them what book you chose.
The Toy Breaker.
And why is that book special to you?
Why is it special? Because originally, one time, Friday, we were supposed to read to kindergarteners, and the library wanted me to choose this book to help introduce comics, and sadly, I was not there because I was sick.
Really sick.
So,
And that was not like the sick virus, but she was just sick.
I had, it was like a little fever.
Yeah.
Not
Okay.
that much, though.
All right, so tell me what your questions were before you read the book.
Why is it called the Toy Breaker?
Okay.
Is there a person/mouse who keeps breaking it or another animal?
Okay.
Does the person/mouse break all of the kids' toys?
Okay.
Last but not least, is there more than breaking toys?
You would really hope with a book there would be more than just breaking toys. That would get really boring really fast. All right, so after you read the book, what were the answers you found?
So the first question was, why is it called the Toy Breaker? And here's the answer. Benny and Penny, which are the main characters, cousin Bo was coming to see them, and when Bo sees them, Bo breaks a lot of of Penny and Benny's toys.
So I bet a lot of you have somebody in your life. Maybe it's a relative, maybe it's even a little brother or a little sister, but I bet they've broken some of your toys. So she's the one that breaks the toys, so she doesn't know what I'm talking about right now. So I bet you can relate to these mice. Okay, so what was your next one?
The question 2 is, why is there a person/mouse who keeps breaking it, or another animal? And my answer is Cousin Bo, the mouse, keeps breaking the toys, nothing else.
So she found out her answer. It was just a mouse. All right, next.
The third question was, why does the person/mouse break all of the kids' toys? Does the question.
Do they break all the toys?
And the answer is no, not all the toys, only some.
Okay, now why does he break some of them, do you know?
Well, he tries to be playful with the toys. Like at one point, there's like a paddle and there's like a ball attached to it with a string.
Yeah,
he keeps
the paddle ball.
He keeps doing this and he keeps doing that. And whenever, I think it was Benny who tried taking it away, the string like broke apart.
Okay.
And then.
So he's not doing it to be mean. He's just he doesn't know his own strength.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he keeps like taking all the toys. And Penny, which is the little one, says the mouse is sick, but whenever Penny and Cousin Bo was trying to like fight over the toy, Cousin Bo accidentally broke the mouse apart.
That happens too. Okay, and what was your last one?
The last one is there more than breaking toys? And my answer is yes. Penny and Benny had found a map to loot, which is treasure. So whenever they tried to find the loot/treasure, Bo got in the way, and the bird took the mouse because Bo got trapped.
The bird took the mouse?
The map, not the
Oh,
mouse.
I was going to say, wow, that's kind of a morbid story for a child.
No.
Bird swooping down and stealing one of the characters. Woo.
Cousin Benny actually got stuck in a fence, so that's why the bird took the map because...
Our dog has done that.
Actually, no, yeah, that's probably true.
Okay, so you discovered that there was actually a treasure hunt as well as the toy breaking.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice.
Cousin Bo is like is the toy breaker, and while Benny and Penny are trying to find treasure.
All right, so what'd you
But
think
they
of the
didn't
book?
find it. It was actually pretty good.
Was it cute?
Yeah, if like you're getting into comics and you're trying to learn about it, I suggest the toy breaker because it's a whole lot easier to read and it's a whole lot funner.
So it's a good introduction to comics.
Yeah, basically.
By the way, funner. Really? Funner. All right, you guys. We're going to move on to... What are we moving on to?
That's
Writing?
my schedule.
It is the schedule. So number 2 on the schedule is writing. Dun, 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 dun. All right. So if you were here yesterday, writing's a lot like reading. You've got some choices. She reaches across me. She has such great manners, really. All right, writing. Write about an important event from history as if you were there reporting it for a news article. Give us the who, the what, the where, the when, the how.
Oh,
But not the why. We still
why.
yeah, I know. We don't understand why there's no why. All right, 2. If you could travel back in time to any time period, which one would you choose and why? What are you going to do while you're there? She picked that one yesterday. 3. What is your favorite day of the year? What makes that day so special? What do you like to do on the day? And who do you want to spend it with? 4. If you had a magic phone to call and chat with one person in history, who would it be? What would you say to that person?
I chose that.
Oh, well, that's going to be her choice today. 5. Write about an important scientific idea and how it impacts life today. What would life today be like without this idea, discovery, or invention? 6. Come up with an idea for your own video game. And what would be the setting? And who would the players be? How would the game be played? And how would it be won? 7. Make a list of activities that you can do while you're home. Get as creative as possible. Write about the 3 activities you choose. And, put them into action while you're stuck at home. But that's a different thing. 8. If you could teleport to anywhere in the world for just 1 hour, where would you go? What's teleport mean?
Japan. Oh,
No, it doesn't mean Japan. What does teleport mean?
Teleport is like it's hard to explain. So example, I'm on one side of the room and I want to get on this other side. If I do like a certain thing, then I could go there without walking or running or
Right, it moves
going
you
in a
from one
car.
spot to another instantly.
car.
No, it's not. A car. It's definitely not a car. It moves you from one spot to another instantly. And your last choice, what is one thing that you are really good at and could teach others? And write a how-to that you could use to teach this skill to others. All right, you guys, you know what we're going to do? We're going to pause this. She's going to do some work. You're going to do some work.
I did the
Then we're
work.
going to come back.
I did the work.
And we are back. Now today, Tori chose the magic phone. All right, Tori, who are you going to call?
President Hoover.
Wow, I'm so glad she didn't go where I thought she was going to go with that. I regretted saying it the moment it came out of my mouth. All right, so you're going to call President Hoover, and what exactly are you going to say to him?
Here's what I wrote down. If I had a magic phone, I would call President Hoover and tell Hoover to help the U.S. with the Great Depression, and if he doesn't help, there will be Hoovervilles. Hoover, try and get people to go out and work by making more jobs and stop buying things they don't really need.
You know, it's a pretty good lesson even for today with what's going on with this virus and cities being shut down. Tori and I just had to run to the grocery store. I had gotten sick last week. Not the sick, but sick.
Yes.
And because of that, we didn't get to go grocery shopping.
How much chicken do you need?
It was
chicken
bad.
Thighs.
We went to the grocery store and there was
thighs.
nothing. There was no meat. There was no cleaning products. There was just empty shelf after empty shelf. It was really weird. So this would be a good lesson for today even. You know, just tell people, buy what you need, but don't overdo it.
What you don't need.
Don't
like chicken thighs.
Yeah, so don't spend this money that you don't need to be spending on random things. Save it. All right, well, anyhow, that was a little bit of writing and a little bit of just a random lecture. Anyhow, we're going to move on to word study. Woohoo.
Woohoo.
All right, word study. Now, yesterday we went over They Can Never Stop Me. It was a poem lyric thing. It did not. God, morbid. She's awful. Don't listen to her. It didn't suck. Oh, and don't say suck. It's not a good thing to say, especially if you're in school. Okay, anyhow, so we are supposed to be reviewing the words and the lyrics, and then we're going to do the fill in the blank activity. All right, Victoria. So you did this earlier today, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Here's the word study.
And where's the fill in the blank? Oh, it's this one, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so where is our poem? I swear we actually had this organized earlier, and then I sat down and I don't know where it went.
You messed it up.
I did. So I'm going to pause you real quick so I can try to reorganize myself. Give me 1 minute. All right, we are back after that slight technical interruption. She never gave it to me. She had it hidden. It wasn't my fault. All right, so what we're going to do, we're going to read the poem one more time for you guys. She asked me to read it. She is apparently all read it out. The reason we're going to read this is some of the words that we're going to learn about in vocabulary are in this poem, and they might give you some clues as to what the words mean if you listen carefully. All right. Little Ben was born in California, a baby, but he's looking quite normal. So his mom was so surprised to find he had cancer in his eyes. The doctor said, "We can save his eyes, but if the cancer spreads, your boy could die." His mom thought for a while, then she declined. She said, "No, I don't care if my boy's blind." So the doctor removed his eyes. Now he couldn't see, but they had saved his life. So yeah, you think your life is hard? Try growing up with no sight at all. Life challenged Ben. It made him fight. So Ben learned to see without the light. Yes, this will shock and astound you. Ben learned to see using sound, dude. He started making clicks. And it's strange. When he walked around, yeah, the sound would change. He could hear a click sound bounce around, bounce off a wall or off the ground. So he could discover and detect cars and walls, and he wouldn't forget. No one told him, "You can't just quit it." So Ben just did it. Had the chips stacked against him, but he rose up. Had the chips stacked against him, but he rose up. Had the chips stacked against him, but he rose up, but he rose up, but he rose up. Listen up, man, can you believe it? This kid Ben rocking this amazing achievement. Something he did, and it was never easy, but he did it with a smile, like it was breezy. And he didn't feel sad for himself or bad for himself. He learned to rap for himself. You won't believe it, but hold up, wait. He learned to play b-ball and rollerblade, 'cause with his clicks he could approximate. figure out roughly where the basket lay. I mean, he wasn't starring in the NBA, but his jump shot was pretty good. He invented a reliable way, something he could depend on for finding his way. He was a fighter like Cassius Clay or Rocky. You say you can't, he'd say, watch me. Hook. He was confident, believed in himself. He was independent, not needing your help. To see this kid surfing, it's so impressive, so amazing, it will leave you breathless. Ben saw like a dolphin does with his clip bouncing off the walls and stuff. No one told him, you just can't quit it. So Ben just did it. All right, so as you listen to that, I hope you noticed there were some pretty big words in there, and those are our vocabulary words. We're going to start with the first one, achievement. Tori, what's achievement mean?
Achievement, something done successfully, something gained by working or trying hard.
All right.
You want me to read that?
Go ahead. Read the example.
Tori's biggest achievement was winning the spelling bee of Stranger Things.
Okay, first off, it doesn't say Tori, nor does it say Stranger Things, but my child has issues. That's all I'm going to say. All right, the next word, approximate. I'm sure you heard that in the poem, approximate. He used his clicks to approximate where things were. So what's approximate mean?
Approximate, not exactly, but close enough to be responsible, correct.
Reasonably correct.
Oh, the police asked Tori if she liked to approximate the time that he last seen his cat, Mrs. Dicklewins.
It also means to take an educated guess about. I couldn't be sure, but I approximated that it would take us 4 hours to drive from Boston to New York. So it's an educated guess. You're using what you know about it to come up with a guess. Astound. That was another word in the poem. Astound is to fill with surprise and wonder, to amaze. Carla was astounded to learn the tree on her street was 120 years old. So astound, you're surprised by, amazed by. All right, challenge. That's our next vocab word. What's it mean?
A difficult job or task. It was a real challenge for OP to not eat all the cookies in the jar. They were so delicious. Hi, Daddy.
If you're hearing some odd noises, that's not us. Our dogs are running around like they're lunatics.
And then to invite others to take part in a contest. You dare spit to my own shoes? The other prince yells, I challenge you to do.
All right, so challenge, another vocab word. Confident. All right, this kid is confident. If you want to know what confident means, right there.
Certainly sure. Are you confident?
Certain, sure.
Are you confident that 1 + 1 is 2?
It also means sure of oneself.
Hey, woman.
Kelly is so confident that people often think she's 3 years older than she really is.
Oh, for real? Decline.
Now, you can also use the word confident in another form, confidence. So, confidence, that's a noun. An example, Leroy has so much confidence when talking to people. He gets along well with both kids and adults.
I am an adult.
All right, next word, decline.
To refuse to accept. To say no to Lincoln was offended to spot on a spot.
She has missed 3 words in this sentence. She's already failed this sentence. The actual sentence is Nicole was offered a spot on the basketball team, but she declined because she'd rather learn how to break dance. So you're basically saying no, you're refusing it.
Ooh, detect, to find or discover something. Notice, scientists recently detected a powerful earthquake underground. Other forms, smoke detectors. Noun, figures out if there's smoke in your house and then set off an alarm.
All right, so you're finding something out. You're figuring it out. All right, our next word, impressive. Having a strong effect, commanding attention.
Me.
She's not wrong. The young man is easily one of the most impressive high school basketball players, soaring through the air towards the basket. You can also take the word impressive and use it as a verb, impress, to impress. My sister thought you were a great dancer, but she's easily impressed. So you're having a strong effect. You're commanding attention. You're gaining that respect. Sometimes. All right. Next word. Independent.
Not under the power or influence of something else. Pascal doesn't just follow rules all the time. He is independent thinker.
And this one's a little too independent.
Hey!
A little bit.
Wait, no, there's another one.
Yes, there is.
Able to... Stop looking at the camera like that. Able to live or do something alone without help.
I can't wait till I get my driver's license. Then I'll be so much more independent. So you're not having to rely on someone else. You're on your own. Independent. And our last word, reliable. Oh, I just used that. Reliable. I literally just used that in a sentence. Deserving trust, dependable. Or if you need a friend, you can rely on. So it means you're dependable, or you can use it to depend on. Rely.
I'm dependable.
All right, so those are our vocabulary words. We went over them briefly yesterday. We went over them again today. Today's assignment is a fill in the blank. So we're going to read them. We're going to give you your choices, your A, B, C, D choices. You're going to circle which one you think is right, and then she's going to give us the answer. Yeah. But she's going to do it after we've done them all, so no cheating. All right. Fill in the blank. Jason just blank Kyle to a dance contest. Who do you think will win?
Me.
All right. A, achieved. B, challenged. C, declined. Or D, detective. Which word do you think fits in there best? Jason just blank Kyle to a dance contest. Who do you think will win? Is it achieved, challenged, declined, or detected? Number 2. Since 300 is a perfect score, Kat's score of 275 is really A, impressive, B, independent, C, reliable, or D, confident. Since 300 is a perfect bowling score, Kat's score of 275 is really impressive, independent, reliable, or confident. All right, number 3. I'm pretty sure Josh doesn't know how to read, but he always blank my help. All right, so does he detect your help? A. Does he B, approximate your help? C, astound your help? Or D, decline your help? Which one do you think it is? I'm sure Josh doesn't know how to read, but he always blank my help. All right, number 4. The doctor received an award for her amazing blank in the field of medicine. So what did she get in the field of medicine? Was it A, an achievement, B, a challenge, C, an astound, or D, confidence? Which word do you think is best? The doctor received an award for her amazing blank in the field of medicine. My dogs decided this is the perfect
We
moment
will
to
be
chase
back
each
after
other.
this quick brief. We are back from
All
the
right.
short brief.
Short brief. We're on number 5 now. Number 5. Charlie is the most blank person I know. I can always count on him to help me out. So is Charlie the most independent person you know? The most declined? The most confident? Or the most reliable?
I'm independent.
Charlie is the most blank person I know. I can always count on him to help me out. A, independent, B, declined, C, confident, or D, reliable. Number 6. Which of the following is an example of the word independent? A dog that is treated well by its owner. B, a young girl who rides on the subway by herself. C, a hip-hop group that sells millions of albums. Or D, a fish that lives for 200 years. Which one is independent? Number 7. Which of the following is an example of confident? Is it A, I should probably get a job this summer. B, I'm worried that I might get sick. C, I'm so glad that my friend is moving away. That should have been sad, not glad. It's been a long day.
You know, maybe.
Or D.
Maybe that person hated that other
I know,
person.
maybe. D, I know I'm going to do well on the test today. Which one is confident? Which one do you think says confident?
Me.
All right, number 8. Which of the following is an example of the word approximate? Is it A, I didn't have a watch on, but I guessed it was about 3 o'clock. B, things have been quiet around here since the bandits left town. C, Mindy felt totally exhausted after staying up all night. Or D, the tailor created a beautiful new outfit for the king's visit to Germany. Which one means approximate? Number 9, what would a machine that detects metal do? Would it A, crush metal, B, make metal, C, find metal, or D, shape metal? Which one of those is detecting? And number 10, who gets paid to astound people?
Me.
A, a doctor, B, a principal, C, a magician, or D, a taxi driver? All right, you guys. Hopefully you got all of those. If not, you can pause, rewind, go back. But we're here to get the answers out.
Yeah.
So, Tori, A, Jason just blanked Kyle to a dance contest. Who do you think is going to win?
Challenged.
It is. It was B, challenged. And we know that because it's a contest, just like challenge tells us. All right, number 2. Since 300 is a perfect bowling score, Kat's score of 275 is really...
Impressive.
A, impressive. She was so close to that 300, so it was still a pretty good accomplishment. 3, I'm pretty sure Josh doesn't know how to read, but he always blanked my help.
D, decline.
Decline, and you know that from the word but. I'm pretty sure he doesn't know how to read, but he always what my help. So you know he's not accepting it, he's declining it. All right, number 4. The doctor received an award for her amazing blank in the field of medicine. Which one is it?
Achievement A.
It is an achievement. It's something to be proud of. That's the achievement. Number 5. Charlie is the most blank person I know. I can always count on him to help me out.
D, reliable.
Reliable, because you're counting on him. All right, number 6. Which of the following is an example of the word independent?
B, a young girl who rides on a subway by herself.
By herself. Independent. Good job. Number 7. Which of the following is an example of the word confident?
D, I know I'm going to do well on this test today.
Exactly. So when we look at that word confident again, you got to remember it's certain, sure. So you don't want to say you're going to be sad, and you don't want to say it's the one about being worried about getting sick, or even that first one, I should probably get a job. Those aren't somebody who's sure, so definitely D. All right, Tori, number 8. Which of the following was an example of approximate?
A, I don't have a watch, but I guess that it was 3 o'clock.
Right, so we talked earlier, approximate is an educated guess. So that one works best. Number 9, what would a machine that detects metal do?
C, find metal.
Find metal. Detect, find. Pretty simple. And 10, who gets paid to astound people?
A magician.
A magician. Now, I'm sure your principal might find themselves pretty astounding, but in this case, we're going for the magician. All right, you guys, that is our vocab for today, or our word study. We're heading on to math. Yeah.
My favorite.
Her favorite. And for math, we are going to complete the activity page. Was that the one from yesterday? I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we were also given some fun choices for today.
It's also on the back of lesson 8.
Yeah, and I printed you out a
Lesson
new
14, I'm sorry.
I printed you out a new copy because the other one was so small. All right.
That's fine.
Okay, so anyhow, you are going to take 20 minutes today, and you're going to spend it on Prodigy, on Reflex, on some kind of a fun math website. Get your math in, get to your grade level, and find the math that works best for you. All right, get to it. All right, so once you've knocked out those 20 minutes, it's time to do the worksheet. Now, it's a little hard today to tell you guys if you don't actually have this homework, but we're going to do our best. That way, if you aren't in Nursery Road, you can still follow along. So today we're talking about the place value of whole numbers. So I'm going to show you this. Well, I don't even know if they're going to really see that. I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to show you an example on this notebook, and maybe you'll be able to understand what we're talking about. So we're going to write out a word for you. 2,367,089. Okay, So hopefully you can see that. What we're trying to do is figure out a couple different ways to write this number out and to figure out the place values. Now, one of the ways you can write the number out is in something called the expanded form. And what the expanded form is you're taking each one of these numbers and you're going to show its value. So an example of that is you take that 2 of 2 million, and what that in an expanded form becomes is 2 times 1 million. That's the expanded form of 2 million. We're going to move on, and you're going to add that to the expanded form. You see that 367,000?
Mm-hmm.
The expanded form first is the 3 times 100,000. But then you got to add